Hello, my dear brothers and sisters, and welcome to Brother Earth Healing. It's nice to have you. I'm feeling really fired up today for this reading, I have to say. We're going to be reading for fire signs today, as well as just tapping into fire energy, tapping into actions, and like how we can best embody that fire within us today. And this will be a review for the end of the month, actually. So, I'm very excited to see what's going to come out because this has been a crazy month. If you like what I'm doing here, feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video and share it around, particularly if you feel someone you know might benefit from it. Again, I am also available for like private work and sessions. I do I've been trained as a medium and an intuitive healer, although most of that has come pretty naturally, just with some guidance. A little bit about my background. I was ordained as a Buddhist monk in the Zen tradition, Thich Nhat Hanh's community, actually. And they do a lot of healing work and different things like that. So feel free to reach out if I can support you at all. That'd be wonderful. It'd be super nice to work with you. And I'm just feeling like getting started. I feel like all this kind of wants to like jump out of my mouth, so we can just get started. I am going to help us ground a little bit, and I will offer a little bit of energy and help us settle, offer a prayer, and then we will get started. So I'm going to invite everyone to just come back to our breath. Feel free to close your eyes if that's helpful. And as we begin to settle, we'll bring our awareness to our mental space. Recognizing what's going on in the mind, allowing and accepting. We will ask that whatever thoughts are coming up and whatever might be preoccupying our mind, just settle for a few moments, for a short time today while we do this work together. Offering ourselves some spaciousness in the mind. Good, and we'll drop down into the heart space with the next few breaths, recognizing what's going on in our heart space with our emotions. Just noticing, not judging ourselves. And we'll ask that our emotions, whatever might be preoccupying us, holding us in the heart space, and just ask everything to settle down, become a little softer, a little bit more gentle. Okay, great. So I'd like to offer thanks, big gratitude, and offer my love to all of our ancestry, from our blood ancestry to our spiritual ancestry. Offering a lot of gratitude for our heritage, recognizing where we come from, and recognizing those who have paved the way for us. Thank you so much for offering all of your love and guidance and support in so many ways, most of which we're unaware of. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please help me to offer messages and channel messages of guidance and healing for all of us tuning in today and for myself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. That feels really good. I feel like there's a really strong connection with Source and my guides right now with me, and with particularly some of your team out there who's watching. Very much wanting to connect, especially if you have not, or if it's been a while. Yeah. So let's see what wants to come out today. I'm going to pick one right from the... actually, I'm going to shuffle this deck a little bit more. We're going to pull an oracle card and see if, yeah, with the intention of seeing what our guides might have for us in terms of general messages or overall themes. Or if anybody wants to pop out and say hi. Any of that, feel free to come out. Okay, I've got several cards just come out. First is Protection Guardian, and then this has come out quite a bit lately. Quite a bit this has come out in these readings, and then also when I've been reading for myself, and yeah, as well. Yeah, really feeling like wanting to offer a lot of relief, sending you some energy that's helping you to settle, and yeah, not feel like you have to have your guards up, right? Protection Guardian, drop your shields. There's an aspect of something you're experiencing that might be quite difficult, that, you know, is just kind of coming into being, that, or sorry, there's some part of your experience right now, or something you're experiencing that your team is kind of just saying, you know, it's okay, relax with what's going on, and allow what's happening to be there, with the knowledge that yeah, there's nothing here that's trying to, yeah, that's out to get you or anything like that. That, you know, what's going on is very much for your betterment, and yeah, I think that's really the message. That's what I'm feeling. And the next one here is Seer, see beyond the current situation. So I'm picking up that quite a few of you have like intuitive abilities, or like just intuitive, maybe having a hard time believing what's going on, believing your own feeling or insight that's arising. Yeah, maybe a little bit stuck in the situation, right? See beyond the current situation. So maybe being a little bit caught in the actual, being caught in what's actually being presented to you, like in the physical world, in your experience, without as much of a reflection about, you know, why it's coming about, or the, yeah, like why, you know, like what is this here to teach me? I feel like that has not been a big part of your, yeah, when you reflect on the experience. So it's an invitation to do that. What is this trying to teach me? And then next, great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. I think a message here is that spiritual experiences, sorry, I'm having such a hard time talking right now. Spiritual experiences can come in so many different forms, and many of which can be very painful and very powerful. What I'm picking up on is that whether or not you're aware of what you're experiencing, whether or not you're aware of the fact that what you're experiencing is a very potent learning opportunity, yeah, just coming into that awareness and kind of trying it on, right? Trying it on for a little while, and again, just keeping that question in mind. You know, what is this trying to teach me? That's great. I do feel insight and clarity coming to you if you're not feeling that too strongly, I feel like things will be making themselves apparent with whatever you're going through. Particularly if it is confusing. I am having such a hard time talking. Whew, weird. Very strange. And that might be an experience that you're having right now. Maybe there's some aspect of what you're experiencing that's making it very, very difficult to speak about something, or to acknowledge or be truthful about something. Okay? But what I do feel is that action is quite important right now. That your actions are very your actions hold a lot of weight in this time, particularly. Yeah, they have an extra effect. Like your actions have an extra something about your actions having effects that you're unaware of, or like, yeah, there's something coming out of that. So being really careful and intentional with our actions, right? Being very intentional with our actions. Yeah, really, it's yeah, that's the work, right? It's like having this sense of detail and honor in our work and in our actions, having honor and wanting to, wanting to really tailor our words and our actions, and the energy. Really, what it is the energy that's behind what is acted out, right? The energy that's cultivated inside. But then also paying very special attention, paying very special attention to what we say and what we do. Particularly like with our hands is what I'm getting. So maybe in relationships, or also like, we do a lot of things with our hands, right? So just keeping that in mind. I'm feeling like it's something, particularly with your hands, something that you do. Just caring, just having an immense amount of care. Like it's, your words are like your children, your words are being passed on, like as if you're, like speak as if you're speak as if you're speaking to, your child, to everyone, or like to, a great spiritual teacher or something like that. Like, allow your words to have that, sense of purity and divinity. This came out, a lot of this has been coming out in like all of the readings this week, actually. A lot of synchronistic, collective experiencing, right? Which is great. That's great. And that's been a theme for like the past 3 months, honestly. Again, Hanged Man. So while I feel like there's an aspect of the situation or your situation, some aspect of, in some aspect of your life, there's this real knowing, and it may be a little bit covered up, is actually what I'm feeling, is like the knowing might be a little bit covered up right now. I'm feeling like a little bit reluctant to accept that inner, deeper truth, or to also like express that inner, deeper truth, and to have that be expressed outwardly in your life, and a real wanting that also, in a very deep part of you, really wanting that, related to this Eight of Pentacles that I just showed. That seems to be the way, right? This very intentional action, right? Wanting that love and that purity, and your wisdom to shine through in your actions, okay? No matter what you're doing, no matter who it is you're in front of, by yourself, all of your actions, the way you live your life, right? Beautiful. Yeah. And I certainly feel some attachments holding you back from that. Things that you do that might feel good, but don't serve you. Things like that. Comfort. Yeah, I'm getting comfort. Really stuck in that place of like, oh, you know, if I let go of some of these things, it might be very uncomfortable, or I won't be able to attach myself to that comfort. And I actually saw like a little meme, or it's not a meme, I guess it was like a thing on Instagram that was pretty cool. Was like Jesus and like this little girl, and he was like had his hand out, and she was kind of holding onto like a little teddy bear, right? And she's like, obviously he's asking for it, right? And she's like, oh, I don't want to give it to you, you know. And he's like, don't worry, I have something much bigger in store for you, or planned for you. And he has this like giant teddy bear, like a massive teddy bear, like behind his back. And that's exactly the feeling I'm getting here. Like once we let go of these small things that in reality are binding us, where we're only able to seek happiness in a very, 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 very limited amount, very controlled, limited amount through these attachments that we have, that we've created around, you know, specific things that we indulge in. As soon as we're able to let go of that, it's like this immense flood, you know. And I'm also seeing you coming into this High Priest, Hierophant energy, right? Beautiful. And you know what? I feel like a lot of this letting go, I feel like a lot of the letting go of these things is very much going to be quite gentle, maybe not easy, but maybe there's definitely a lot of grace and support, is what I feel. The overall at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. I was having a hard time, I mean, I didn't really look into it, but I didn't feel anything directly from it immediately. So Knight of Cups was right under it and fell on the floor. So I'm going to take both of these, and these will kind of also help us with some more overall themes. And then I'm kind of wanting to get into the nitty-gritty of, yeah, how we can maybe let go of some of these attachments and what they are. And yeah, let's see if we can do that. Changing directions for some, turning your back on, yeah, an old way of being in the world in a very general and broad way. That's great. I feel like some of you felt like you may have like had it all or something like that, or really feeling like you're in such a solid place, and then perhaps when COVID happened or something happened, for sure, it's like realizing that all of that facade, false sense of self, this very strong attachment to a created identity of, you know, for sure influenced by culture. I feel very heavily influenced, not by a core part of yourself, but heavily influenced by the outside world, wanting to fit an image, and just realizing realizing like in a big way who you really are. It feels very, not solemn, but it feels very like, yeah, I mean, it's a hermit, right? Hermit, right? Turning your back on this old way, you know, this always seeking the next thing, never feeling fulfilled. And it's like, okay, I'm done with that. You know, time for me to be a hermit, like, or not necessarily like a hermit, you know, you don't have to go out and do that. You know, but the feeling of, you know, like Thich Nhat Hanh says, you know, being like that island within yourself, you know, that place of deep peace and solidity wanting to come out. And this, again, this is like just such a big theme for all of the signs this week. or for this, so these are all end of the month readings for August, so 2020. So I feel like coming into September, we're all gonna be in such a, like a much better place than we've been, and like feel like a lot that has been holding us for some, I feel, a long time, is being released, right? And we are actively doing that work, is in a big way how I feel, although some may feel like, although for some it may be, it may feel like more of like a tearing away of some of that old stuff, which is really great. I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah, I feel for some, once some of those things leave, particularly if it's coming out of a relationship, especially if it's a long-term relationship, I feel like we are really, quite bummed, quite sad, which is ironic because we've become more centered and more, we've stepped into ourselves so much more. And while there is a whole lot of freedom, there's definitely this missing of some of those things that are being released. And I think the advice that's coming through really strongly is, look, just press on. And it's like, what I'm getting, okay, is that he's looking down, right, at his feet almost, and like kind of refusing to see that light, which is your inner, which is what's coming through from right now, is the inner light, right? Like he's holding that inner light. He's like, wow, finally having a grasp of your inner light, of your, true self, right? Finally expressed outwardly in different, you are expressing it outwardly in these different areas, okay? Towards the end of this month or into next month, or maybe it hasn't happened, it could be fluid. This could be whenever, next month, it doesn't matter. And there's almost this, like, you're holding it right there, it's being expressed, like, it's like, look at your life now, look how much better it, in the whole grand scheme of things, like this, see beyond the current situation, which, might be the current situation in your mind, right? The mind might be gripping onto some of those old things, but, seeing beyond that into truly what the current situation is, right? Beautiful. And so, there's that invitation to just look, and be guided by that light, right? That's really beautiful. I love that. Wow, that was a lot coming through from how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 cards. Yeah. And I haven't even pulled from my herbal deck yet, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm already picking up on something family stuff. I'm seeing children, maybe, if you are in a family unit, or potentially parents, with your parents. So parents are involved. Where there's a parent, there's normally a child. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like potentially for some might be having an experience of actually like getting divorced, or maybe even like losing a loved one in a family unit or something, which is very unfortunate. And I feel, I feel for you if you are experiencing that. Feel free to reach out if you need any kind of support. Again, I forgot to mention I do have a sliding scale for like all of my services to make sure that they're affordable and accessible to everybody. So please feel free to reach out if I can be of any support. Okay. Yeah, certainly decisions to be made, I do feel, I think I'm picking up on different situations, so let me just kind of go around and see what's going on here. I'm getting the Knight of Cups a lot this week for y'all. For everyone, man. Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups. Okay. So the first Tower situation, yeah, certainly feeling loss. Certainly feeling loss and grief. For some, I feel like there's not too much physical support, but a lot of spiritual support guiding you through the experience. A lot of decisions to be made. I'm feeling one of the major ones is whether to move physically, to move a physical location. I'm getting with the child. I'm getting a situation where one of the parents has passed. And again, I'm really sorry if that's what you're experiencing. I can't even, yeah, I can't imagine what that might feel like. I feel like there's a really beautiful blessing coming from, beautiful blessing that will also come. Being saved from what? Huh. Interesting. Being saved? Oh, okay. So it's almost as if you're being saved from the harshness of the experience. Like there really is some really deep spiritual guided support, like from spirit, like helping to ease that the harshness of the situation. I'm getting a big blessing coming in for you in this situation. A big blessing. Many blessings, actually. Many. Like, yeah, truly, like there's a lot. I feel like there, in many ways, you're going to be getting a lot of things that you want, or like, yeah, like there's some kind of, some situation that will arise through all of this in your life, you know, even if what you're experiencing right now is just tremendously painful, but that there's something really blessed coming your way. Yeah, and definitely don't worry about, like, I do feel like a lot of protection for sure as well. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm kind of also guided to share that, like, you know, I've been doing a lot of work with connecting people with their guides and their ancestors, doing a lot of that work with people, and it's been really great. And yeah, again, I am a medium. I do channel high teachers, and I do channeled like loved ones for people that have passed. Mostly when I do healing work, it comes up. So if that's something that you feel called to explore, or are curious about it at all, I'd be more than happy to talk to you, or whatever. Feel free to reach out. I have my email in the description, and my Instagram is also in the description, Brother Earth Healing. So feel free to reach out. Yeah, and I'd be more than happy to support you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it feels to, like, you know, lose a partner, especially when you're in a family situation, but I did have my dad pass when I was quite young, and it was, you know, just my mother and I, so I can really relate if this is what you're experiencing. Yeah, in some kind of way, for sure, strongly. Yeah. And I know that for me, like, as weird as it is to say, like, it was almost like that was like one of the biggest blessings in my life, like what has come from that. And like, yeah, like it's very strange to say, because as much as I want to, I would love to see and hang out with my dad, you know, now, of course, you know, it's almost like this sense of like, I don't want anything to be different, you know, I don't want anything to be different, you know, at the same time, which is, you know, a lot because it, yeah, there's so many people that suffer so deeply because they, you know, what wants to come out is need to, because they need to experience this. They need to experience that loss very deeply to understand that there is no loss, you know, that there really is nowhere for anyone to go, right? And now that I've come into doing all of this work and really deep, like, you know, intuitive work, yeah, it's been really cool. I've had a lot of experiences of like talking with my dad and experiencing like actually like a hug and like, yeah, yeah, just like speaking to him regularly, which is really nice and healing, been incredibly healing. And so to be able to offer that for others is really, yeah, quite special for me as well. And I feel like very healing. So yeah, anyway, it was funny because I just started putting all the cards away to end the reading, but I know that there was one other message or one other situation that wanted to come up from this. So I was like, yeah, looking to tap into that a little bit more for a second. Okay, let's get that out of the way. What is this other situation that wants to come out? Please share. Use me to share. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I think that that was good. Yeah, I think that that's good. I think we're probably coming to a close here. I feel like this is probably one of the shorter videos I've done. We'll see when it actually comes out. But I think that's good. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful stuff in here. And if you're experiencing some really deep loss, again, like, yeah, just seek what you need, really, is what I'm feeling too, is like, yeah, really seeking what you need. And even if you don't know what you need, just like, you know, going out there, like letting your heart guide you to the nourishment that you need to do your best to thrive, at least in your physical body, you know, thriving at least in yeah, in your own practice. If you do have like a spiritual practice or a meditation practice or yoga or whatever is healing for you in that way, yeah, like doing your best not to forget those things in these like really difficult times, as well as like, yeah, support from family and friends and mentors and teachers and yeah, just like really. And I feel that you know that you value yourself enough to do that, for sure. And like, yeah, like I feel need to share, like, you know, don't feel like you're burdening others. Although there's like I feel like the self-worth is fine. Like, I don't feel like there's any issue with that. If you're resonating with this, I do feel like sometimes, you know, we tend to feel like we're putting a huge burden on others. And in fact, like when I've been on the other side of that, like helping to support others in really difficult moments, yeah, I feel so grateful that that people would, you know, want me to support them, you know what I mean? Or like, yeah, really grateful that somebody would trust me enough with something so sensitive, or, you know, and it's like also, yeah, a beautiful way to offer others like, yeah, like a chance to help, right? And the chance to serve in a deep way. And that's a really huge gift to give someone, actually, is, you know, offering someone a chance to give back, to give themselves, you know, back. That's a huge gift to give someone. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you guys have a really beautiful rest of August, the last 3 days we have. And yeah, just wanting to offer, you know, all the blessings I can and all of the love I can. Again, feel free to reach out if you need anything, or just like to say hi, feel free to reach out. And yeah, I'll be coming at you guys with more videos towards the, yeah, next week. I'm going to be posting a channeling that I did over the summer solstice, with one of my teachers who I will go and make a video about soon, probably next week as well. And again, yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much. Many blessings to you until next time.